What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Game Day with Trey. Of course, this is your host, Trey, and today we're going to talk about the NBA playoff round one game four matchup between the New York Knicks and the Philadelphia 76ers. All right, so this game will be played at 1 p.m. East Coast time. The line did open up at over under 208. Philly -5. The line has since moved to over under 209, Philly -5 still. All right, so let's take a little deeper look into this matchup and what happened in the last game. All right, in the last meeting on April 25th, New York Knicks lost 114 to 125. Despite being limited in more ways than one, Joel Embiid saved the Philadelphia 76ers on Thursday, man. All right, on Sunday, the reigning MVP will look to help the Sixers even the Eastern Conference first round series to 2 wins apiece when they host the New York Knicks in Game 4. Now, Embiid poured in a career high 50 points while still struggling on his surgically repaired left knee in a 125-114 victory over the Knicks in Game 3 on Thursday night. In addition, Embiid confirmed an ESPN report that he had also been diagnosed with Bell's palsy. Wow. All right, so Embiid said, "It's pretty annoying with my left side of my face, my mouth, and my eye." Embiid said, "It's been tough, but I'm not a quitter, so I have to keep fighting through anything. It's unfortunate. That's the way I look at it. But that's not an excuse. I have to keep pushing." Man, Embiid's he's got bad genetics, man. I'm sorry. Like, it's great that he's the best. Like, he's a great athlete, great footwork, 7 foot, but his genetics are trash. That dude is Mr. Glass, and he, on top of being Mr. Glass, he is just like, and it's not his fault. These are things that just happen naturally. Okay, so it's not his fault. I'm not blaming him. Okay, and I'm not disparaging him because he's a beast. And even if he put up 50 with Bell's palsy. Bell's palsy. I had a friend who had Bell's palsy, man. I don't know if y'all know what that's like, but that is a completely life-altering event when a person gets Bell's palsy. And this man just went out here and put 50 burger on you with Bell's palsy, man, and a bad knee. Come on now. All right, so Tyrese Maxey scored 25. Kelly Oubre added 15, and Cam Payne gave the Sixers an unexpected lift off the bench with 11. But the Knicks had to play the second half without Mitchell Robinson, who suffered an ankle injury. All right, Jalen Brunson did put up 39 with 13 assists in Game 3. And Josh Hart, he added 20 points, but he didn't get to that double-double like we expected. He did not get his 10 rebounds. So that might be something to pay attention to on what happened in that game. Coach Thibodeau said that the Knicks must focus on their execution, not the questionable calls by the referees. This is a playoff basketball. It's going to go up. It's going to escalate. And now we've got to bring it. My thing is there's 2 teams and they responded. Now we have to respond. We got to do better. We got to fix it. While the Knicks will need to focus on Embiid, they also need to concentrate on how they approach the game from the opening tip. Miles McBride said, "We have to come in on Sunday and from the beginning throw the first punch and keep throwing them." All right, so in this last game, you guys, all right, we know Embiid put up a 50 burger on him. Jalen Brunson scored 39 on 13 of 27 shooting. Embiid was so efficient, 13 of 19. 19 free throws, 19 for 21 from the free throw line. But see, Embiid gets fouls, and he's good at drawing them. That's why, you can always count on him to put up some points, man, because he draws fouls so well. All right, now, as far as rebounds, Marcus Robinson led the team in rebounds for the Knicks with 7 rebounds. Joel Embiid had 8 on that bad knee. And then as far as assists is concerned, Maxey had 7 assists, and Brunson had the 13 I told you about. But Brunson also did have 4 turnovers in that 45 minutes versus Maxey's 1 turnover in 41 minutes. The Knicks shot 48.9% from the field, whereas Philadelphia came out 54.7% from the field. The Knicks shot 43.3% from 3. It's not like they had a horrible game. And Philly shot 48.4. All right, so and then look at the turnovers. Knicks had 9 turnovers. Philly had 11 turnovers. So Knicks won the battle there. The Knicks had 32 rebounds versus Philly's 36 rebounds. So it was like a toss up there. That's why the game was that 125 to 114. If it wouldn't have been for Embiid's free throws shooting, man, I don't think it would have turned out like that. Not at all. Okay, fast break points. The Knicks had 16 fast break points. Philly had 11 fast break points. Points in the paint. The Knicks had 54 points in the paint. Philly had 38. The only difference is the fouls. Philly drew 25 fouls, man. 25. Okay. Whereas 76ers only fouled 18 times all game, man. And you can't win a game like that. Largest lead in the game was 15 points for 76ers, and the Knicks had 5 points as the largest lead in the game last game. So when you look at this game and this series and how these two teams match up, you heard the numbers, okay? But let's look at it by quarter, okay? Philly's defense is really at its best in the third quarter. Third quarter, they come out after halftime and they play number 2 defense in all the NBA, only giving up 26.8 points per game, whereas the Knicks, they come out and they play their best offense in the third quarter. They score 29.2 points per game. And when you look at the inverse, the Knicks played great defense, top 7 or top 9 defense all game long, okay? Problem is, though, that those numbers are so close to what Philly scores that it's that's why the line is the 5. Okay. Just to give you a quick rundown. So in the first quarter, the Knicks scored 27.4 points per game. That's 23rd in the NBA, while Philly gives up 27.5 points per game. So that's why they will get close to that 27. And then when you look in the inverse, Philly scores 28.4 points per game, whereas the Knicks give up 26.9. So the Knicks come out and play such good defense. That's what keeps this game close. Might get them down to that tie game in the first quarter or close to that, which is why this game series has been so close, man. This has been a great basketball series. No BS on that one, man. So in the second quarter, the Knicks come out and score 28.5 points per game, whereas Philly gives up 29 points per game. That's 18th and 19th in the NBA, so they're right on each other's head. Then when you look at Philly on the offense in the inverse in the second quarter, Philly scores 28.9 points per game, whereas the Knicks only give up 27.7 points per game. That's 9th in the NBA, guys. So like I said, they stick with them all game. All right, I already gave you the third quarter numbers, all right, which is the Knicks score 29.2, given that's 9th in the NBA, and Philly's the number 2 defense in the NBA in the third quarter, giving up 26.8. But Philly in that third quarter, they only come out and score 28.2 points per game. That's 22nd in the NBA, okay? And the Knicks, number 5 defense in the NBA in the third quarter, 27.1. All right, now when you go into fourth quarter, Knicks score 27.3 points per game. That's 22nd in the NBA. Philly gives up 27.7. That's 14th in the NBA. So they're going to be right around there. And then in the fourth quarter, Philly comes out and mashes the gas. Number 8 offense in the NBA, 28.3 points they score. But once again, the Knicks only give up 26.3 points per game in the fourth quarter, man. The Knicks overall defense is 4th in the NBA, okay, and Philly's is 9th. On average, Philly gives up 111.4 points per game, and the Knicks give up 108.3. All right, so advantages. we already know how this series has been looking, so we really don't need to go any deeper into the advantages, whether it's the 3-point shot or fast break points, because at the end of the day, it all comes down to Joel Embiid and Jalen Brunson. Let's just be honest. All right, so when you look at this game, last 10 times these two teams have matched up, Knicks own the series straight up 6-4. All right, they're 5-5 against the spread, 4 to the over, 6 to the under. All right, this season they have played now. Wow, they played 9 times this season so far, man. Yeah, and the Knicks or Philly has won 1, 2, 3 out of the 9 times. Okay, so call it what you want, but when you look against the spread, it changes. Philly's covered 1, 2, 3, 4 out of the 9 times. All right, and this has gone over 3 times out of the last 9 times they played each other. Okay, every other game has gone under the total points, you guys. Now, when you look at these two teams, they are trending to the over, because in the last 10 games the Knicks have played, they're 8 to the over, 2 to the under, and Philly in the last 10 games they played are 7 to the over and 3 to the under. All right, despite that this is playoff basketball, this is what it's looked like. Okay, and as far as injuries concerned, we all know Marcus Robinson is still tending to that ankle injury, and we know Joel Embiid is still, nursing everything under the sun. So we don't even need to discuss that. But what we do need to discuss right now, guys, okay, is the fact that in this game, all right, and in this series for the year, All right. Just straight up on the year, all right? On the road, the Knicks are 23-19. But Philly is like one of the best teams at home in the league. They're 27-16, and the only reason that record wasn't better than that is because Joel Embiid was out for the time period he was out. As an away underdog, straight up, New York is 11-14, and as a home favorite, Philly is 25-9 straight up. So they've been in this situation a lot, and they usually win. Now against the spread in this situation, the Knicks, all right, as an away underdog, are 11-13-1 against the spread, whereas as a home favorite, Philly is 22-12. So when the books make them the favorite, there's a reason they do that, guys. Okay, Philly usually will do what they're supposed to do. And as far as over-under is concerned, as an away underdog, the Knicks are 16 to the over, 9 to the under. And as a home favorite, Philly is 20 to the over and 14 to the under. Hence what I just got done telling you about that last 10. And also the trends that have been going on, despite that this is a playoff basketball game and both of these teams are top 10 defenses. The last 3 games, the Knicks are scoring 109.7 points and giving up 110. Okay, so Philly's scoring 110 points in these last 3 games so far this series. It's averaging out to 219 points per game, but Vegas keeps putting this line at 209 and stuff like that, guys. All right, so and when you look at the last 3 games, okay, so game 1, the over-under was 208.5. Game 2, it was 206.5. And then game 3, it was 205.5. Now, in these games, they did, you were able to get a team total over for the Knicks in game 1. Game 2, Philly just barely missed the team total over by like 1 point, I believe, or it locked up right there. If I remember correctly, it was something like that, man. Or I might have hit on that. I can't remember. I'll definitely look that up and post that. You guys will see that earlier in the comment. I mean, earlier on the side or whatever. But you definitely saw what I did in these last few games with this team. But like I said, they're scoring 219 and the total points at 209, you guys. So you do have opportunity here for team total overs. 76ers team total over 105.5. I can see that possible. Knicks team total over the 101.5. I could definitely see that happening. Especially with the amount of free throws that Philly will be shooting. I could definitely see that 105.5. Probably going to put that in. Anyway, so also, another look on this game, another lean. I do lean 76ers minus the points. That's a lean though, guys. Like, I think the Knicks do have an opportunity here, but I'm not finna mess with that 5. I probably would have messed with it at 4. Might get a couple points and get it down to 3 and feel a little bit better at that, or add some points for the Knicks because I think the Knicks will fight. They do have to win this game. They can't allow them to get the home court advantage evened up. And plus, Tom Thibodeau coaches his teams hard, so I know they will fight. Regardless of what's going on out there, they will fight. And with Embiid having that Bell's palsy, even though he put up the 50 burger on him, that's still something that's questionable. But I do like so I like the 76ers. I lean 76ers minus the points, you guys. If you feel like taking that, if you want to mess with that, take that. I'm definitely going with that team total over, though. I love that team total over 105.5. I just see that coming straight through. So I'm definitely going to put that in, you guys. But I don't know, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Those are my leans. That's how I'm feeling. And y'all have a blessed day. Stay safe, man. I'll see you at the window. Peace.